there's two top places in the log. It's the two top positions in the final leg of the summer series, and it's going to be both teams will be going into the semi-finals, which should be next week. Just waiting for the overlay to come in. It's just might be a little bit slow, but if we look at the two teams, Mega-Meisters are batting first, and they are stacking up quite nicely against the CPI Masters. CPI Masters standing on 895 matches under their belt in total. And the Mega-Meisters, they've got 1019 matches, so it's very, very equal compared to experience-wise. And yes, we're just waiting for that overlay to come up. It looks like it might be a little slow, and if it's not coming up, we'll just reset the app a little bit later on. See if that sorts that out. And we can see that the Mega-Meisters are off the mark. Not exactly sure why everything is not showing why it's supposed to, but it was pretty good. Just waiting for the overlay to keep added. I'm very happy with the way our visuals are looking on this, and but we should be able to sort that out soon. Not a fan of, and that's a beautiful shot. There you go, there's it back, and you can see it's a Mega-Meisters that they're standing on 3 runs without the loss of any wickets, and you feel a slight breeze coming through. Piet later gaan bowling, and that is the entire day. A slight breeze came and gone, cooling off the air a little bit. It's very hot, predicted to be 33 degrees Celsius. And Stefan could see and Quentin Ferreira at the stumps. Piet later gaan bowling. And if you look at the players, Stefan could see he's got 76 matches under his belt and a batting average of 33.18. Another one just being seen. It's not going to reach the boundary. And Quentin Ferreira, just another guy with 125 matches under his belt and a batting average of 19.16. You see the Mega-Meisters are putting in an application, put on a big score over here, finding the gaps early on. Soon we should expect the boundaries coming through. You can see the fielders of Arthur are being in a little bit closer. They're not on the boundaries yet. Trying to stop the singles just for the mishaps that's happening early on. Some of the fielders is still stretching, making sure they'll go the distance of the entire day. That's a big shot. It's racing to the boundary. It's going to make it. That will be a 4. Well done, Stefan. being congratulated by Quinton. Well done, mate. Punishing Daryl Knudsen with his first delivery of the over. Ooh, and that one just went right through Stefan. Knudsen would love to say to the mate, listen, try that again, keep trying. Knudsen again. Oh, and that went right through. Stefan could see once again. After he's encouraging to telling Knudsen, listen, keep doing that, mate. It's going to hit the stumps. Just keep it straight, keep it tight. Take a wicket soon. And that one is just being knocked onto deep mid wicket. My apologies, that was Cow's corner. And we see this Mega-Meisters standing on 17 runs for the last of no wickets. And they've got a projected score of 121. Knudsen approaching. Oh, and that was Quinton trying to go for a big shot. And he just misjudged it. And that looks like a LBW. Just keeping it on the stumps. That looks like he was bowled. Next coming up is Sean Hickley. Sean Hickley, one of those challenging Arthur Crews total in experience. Sean Hickley's got 326 matches under his belt. He's got a batting average of 41.31, so we can expect a major score from him today. This is going to be exciting. The only one who can challenge Sean Hickley's run rate in the CPI Masters team is Edouard Coetzee, who's got a 49.44 batting average with 114 matches under his belt. So he's a lot less experienced, but he bats just as well. Difference is Mega-Meisters got another big hitter. Tinus Venter. And that was a 4. Well done. And our umpire today, that will be Mr. Moapi. Later gaan approaching. Oh, it just didn't connect that well as he wanted to. And we see the projected score climbing a little to 129. Just waiting for the batsman to get ready, and that will be Sean Hickley, making sure everything is alright. Later gaan approaching, that's a full toss, and he's just being sent back to mid-off. Just a single from that delivery. Bit later gaan approaching. That's another big hit. It's racing to the boundary. Is it going to make it? No. Cully will be stopping that in its tracks. He stopped at mid-wicket, running all the way from long or deep mid-wicket to come and collect that ball. Just going to change the angle so that we can get a little bit more of the bowler coming in as well. That's a little bit better. So now we can see a bit of the bowler, maybe just a little bit more. Slightly changed. Somewhere in between, maybe around there. I think it's perfect. That'll clear some bowling. Just being knocked to third man. As this is a new field we've been live streaming on, we can call the end from which Daryl Knudsen is bowling now. Behind him is Tempe in Bloemfontein. On the other side is rest of the university. So Daryl Knudsen is bowling from the Tempe end. Since in the trajectory of where we are standing now, where we usually have Shimla end on the other side, that is way off base on this field. Just knocked, it's no runs coming from that delivery. Daryl Knudsen having a pretty good over here. It's limiting the runs coming from the Mega-Meisters, especially with Sean Hickley at the stumps. Sean Hickley won't like having only one run from 4 balls. And Stefan could see also starting now on 20 runs from 13 balls. Knowing what these two guys can do, they will be getting some frustration creeping in pretty soon, and I'm pretty sure that is what Arthur is banking on. Delivery, and they just got the outside edge. It's running through to third man. Not much coming from that delivery. Both these teams haven't played a match earlier today. Later gaan. Just blocked. Ball running to long off. Stopped by JP Hunt. Apologies, that cannot be JP Hunt because JP Hunt is playing today, so if somebody wearing his shirt, we'll just make sure later on who that is. Another ball being knocked to Cully, standing on deep mid wicket. Throw to the wicket keeper now, played by Arthur, standing in his usual position. A lot of fun. And that's another big hit. It's falling in no man's land. Got a little bit of air. the Mega-Meisters are able to go for another 2 runs being added to their tally. Projected score hovering at 110 runs. That's not going to be enough for the Mega-Meisters, who chased a larger score than that this morning. CPI Masters, they chased a score of 124 quite easily this morning. And now coming to the bowling end is Gideon Pieter van Zyl, bowling from the 10 p.m. Stefan Coetzee and Sean Hickley at the stumps. And the Mega-Meisters standing on 32 runs for the loss of 1 wicket and a projected score of only 107. Stefan Coetzee and Sean Hickley not standing at the kind of run rate I would have expected from the amount of balls they received up to now. See what Gideon Pieter van Zyl can do. Oh, and that was a poor delivery. Maybe it just slipped out of his hand. He won't be happy with himself for that one, but it's just still warming up.
Here we go, boys!
That's not going to happen again, I'm pretty sure of that. Gideon. And that's a big hit. It's going to the boundary. That is a 6. Well done, Stefan Coetzee. He was waiting for that one. On the long side of the field, he's hit a 6. He'll be making his captain proud. And we can expect that same kind of thing coming from Sean Hickley as well. As these two might have found their rhythm and they will be opening up now and push that score as high as possible. Maybe near to the 200s. They've got the ability to do that. Guys now searching for the ball. Found it. Gideon's got the ball. It's returning for another delivery. And that was just being knocked onto deep mid wicket. My apologies, that is not the deep mid wicket. That will be the extra cover.
Here we go, James. Open.
Gideon approaching. Oh, and there's a call for a LBW. And Mohapi says no. That was a pretty big appeal there. Arthur seemed very convinced. Mohapi wasn't as convinced as Arthur. But you have to try. Some countries that are popular for trying to be as convincing as they can be with every delivery. An experienced umpire will keep his head and he won't be deterred by what? By threats of the players. Gideon approaching and just another block. Just going to be a single delivery, a single run. Gideon won't be too happy with a 6 that they got from his early on in his first over, or in his over. He'll be taking a revenge a little bit later on. Now coming up to bowl is Kali Potgieter. Small guy, lots of talent. Making his mark, obviously don't need the entire 12 meters that is allowed for a runner. And that is exactly why Arthur is using it. Just keeping that run rate low. Even experienced Stefan Coetzee and Sean Hickley, they will struggle to get lots of runs or the boundaries from a spin bowling. But it's not impossible. There's another ball racing to the boundary. Way too long off being picked up. But it's going to be only a single run. Potgieter approaching, and that's another hardie. Ball doesn't carry as far as it sounds from here. Maybe just not finding the center of the bat. Guys, now moving it over to backward point. Stefan Coetzee and Sean Hickley just picking their battles now. You heard earlier on that some of the batsmen are trying to get the big scores now. Are they approaching? And that's another big hit. It's in the air. It's hanging. It's going to be caught. No, that's misfield. It's dropped. What a pity. That was dropped. That was a definite catch. The team encouraging each other, just maybe some boys don't get too discouraged about that. It happens. Amateur cricket, not professional cricket. But well bowled over by Kali Potgieter. Gideon back, maybe back for revenge. That one is being chased to the boundary, but it's not going to make it. It's going to be stopped before. And just 2 runs from that delivery. Gideon approaching. Just blocked. Nothing coming from that. We can see that the CPI Masters fielders are moving out to the boundaries, knowing exactly what Sean Hickley and Stefan Coetzee can do, knowing that they might have some frustration harboring in them. And that is going to be a 4 boundary, as expected from Sean Hickley. Anything being off the mark, Sean Hickley is going to punish you. He's going to make sure he punishes you. And he's going to do that smiling. You can see the Gideon thinking on how he should approach this. Maybe a notion of what the side which Sean Hickley wants to play the rest of his balls, as he moved to play a shot, a sweeping shot, before the ball even left Gideon's hand. Maybe he's projecting what he's going to do, so it seems the next ball is going to, and that was a big shot, racing to the boundary. It's just stopped short of the boundary. Maybe Sean Hickley did that intently, showing exactly where he wants to hit the ball, just to catch the fielders off guard. Gideon approaching. Another full toss and being punished, as we said, going for a boundary. That's 4. Any loose balls of Gideon will be punished. Sean making sure that he's finding his rhythm now. Now standing on 28 balls, runs from 18 balls and chasing that first 50 before he retires. Stefan Kutsia may be closer to his 50, but the sooner they get their 50, the sooner their teammates can come in and put up a big score. And we see that projected score rocketed up to 149. And Kari Potgieter coming back for his next over. Getting some advice from his teammates on the outfield. Oh, and that one went right through Stefan Kutsia. And you can see that Arthur Creer is trying to convince Moapi of something over there, but Moapi didn't fall for it. Oh, and that one is up in there. It's big. Is it going to be caught? Oh, and that is a 6. That's a beautiful 6 by Stefan Kutsia. That was a big shot. Kari Potgieter just getting back into the rhythm of scoring singles and doubles, waiting for that loose ball, and it will be punished, putting the pressure back onto the bowler. And that's another shot rising to the boundary, but it's not going to make it.
Here we go, Carla!
Kali costing a lot of runs all of a sudden, but he'll make up for it. You know he will. And you can see that projected score skyrocketing to another 154, and the Mega-Meisters standing on 77 with the loss of 1 wicket, and now they are changing, which means they will now be bowling from the university end. Nice on track time wise. Looks fine from this angle. Stefan Kutsia and Sean Hickley now all of a sudden brought this game back for Mega-Meisters. Stefan Kutsia standing on 42 runs after 26 balls, and Sean Hickley 31 after 20 balls. Brought back this game for Mega-Meisters, and probably going to put up a big score here. Knowing what they've got in the bank, Still got Tinus Venter there, who would be able to put up a big score with, in Afrikaans, what they call the ewe knie to them. It's Louis Koen bowling, and he is being punished with a 4. We won't be too happy with that, but it's part of the game. Only 8 more runs for Stefan Coetzee before he has to retire. But now it is Sean Hickley's turn to get himself into the 40s. Nope, he's just sending the ball back to long on. Putting Stefan Coetzee back on strike. Supporting his partner, and he will, Sean Hickley will be helping the next batsman coming in to find his rhythm by taking management over of the pitch. Looking. Oh, and that's back up in the air. Is it going to be caught? No, that ball falls in no man's land. Big shot, ball hanging in the clouds. Dropped nowhere. And it looks like it was just a single run from that delivery. Louis Koen finding some spots. Maybe finding a kink in Sean Hickley's armor. CPI Masters will appreciate a wicket now. They can get one of these two out. They don't have to deal with one of them later after they come back. Just running onto the deep mid wicket. Mega-Meisters standing on 84 runs for the loss of 1 wicket in the 11th over. That's not too shabby, nice. Projected score still hovering at 153. Remembering that if they've got all these wickets in hand, that run rate will increase considerably in the 15th or the 16th over. Because if they've got a lot of wickets in hand, there's no reason to hold back, and they will be swinging at everything coming their way. That ball is being stopped. Stopped at extra cover, and Stefan Coetzee moving up to 43 runs. Colleague. And that's another wicket, is in there. No, that is going to be over the tips of the fielder, and that's going to be a 6. Stefan Coetzee now one run short of retiring. Well deserved 49 runs from 28 balls. And he will be ending that with just a single run. Oh no, going for a double? No. And that's Stefan Coetzee now on his 50. Now he will be replaced by a teammate in the form of Tinus Venter, another big getter. Tinus Venter, 149 runs under his belt. So he's about the 3rd most experienced guy in the team, with a 41.91 batting average. We can expect a few sixes coming from him. That's a beautiful over from Stefan Kutsia. He's being congratulated by his teammates. Job well done. Kali Potgieter approaching. And Tinus Venter is off the mark. Sean Hickley now on 38 runs from 26 balls. It won't be long before he will be retiring as well. But CPI Masters will obviously be trying to get him out before he needs to retire. You can see Arthur Creer. That is the man standing now at wicketkeeper. He's making plans. These two are now the thorns in his side, which he needs to get rid of. But with a lot of experience between all of them, that's not going to be easy. But he'll know a trick or two where their weaknesses are. Weekend running, and that one is being sent to Kali Potgieter. It's one of the trusted fielders on the field, so he's being placed on a place where he will be getting a lot of ball traffic in his direction. Oh, and just didn't connect that ball as Sean would have liked to. Nearly hit Tinus in the back. Just realized it when he saw the ball coming over his shoulder. After telling him, no, it's fine, don't worry. Koen bowling. And that's another big hit. It's rising in Kali's direction, but this time Kali won't be able to stop it. That is a 4. Tinus Venter now also adding his signature to the mark. Tinus Venter playing this one just a little bit short, knowing that all the fielders are now on the boundaries. He'll be able to go through for a safe single, putting Sean Hickley on strike again, allowing Sean to reach his 50. And just being played to cover. Happy to just take the singles. Tinus Venter on strike. Now the batsmen quickly have a team discussion. Looks like a change of gloves. So interesting if we go and look back at why there is a middle stump. In the 1930s, the middle stump was added to the game where they first actually had 2 stumps and they used to roll the ball. Probably also why the first bats looked more like a hockey stick. Anyone could see a bowling. Going straight to Kali, he'll stop it this time and well fielded. anyone could see about it. Again, Kali picking up the balls, all being sent to the deep mid wicket. Seems like the batsmen are quite happy to hit the ball in that direction, and this time the ball just went straight through Tinus Venter. Didn't touch the ball, but they were able to get a single run from that. Slight breeze coming in and also bringing a slight drizzle. Now the Mega-Meisters standing on 107 runs for the loss of only 1 wicket. Oh, that ball is up in the air, he's going to be caught, now he's falling in no man's land, and the batsman will be safe. Once again, the batsman just going to get a drink of water quickly. There will be a reason to discuss a bit of tactics. Also very crucial to keep hydrated, because if you start dehydrating, it influences the way you think. Start making silly mistakes. And the thing with being dehydrated is you don't always find it's a gradual situation. It's not happening all of a sudden. Oh, and that's a full toss. Is he going to be punished? Louis Kuhn very lucky to get only a single run from that delivery. Tinus Venter could have punished that full toss with a 6, but it was maybe a bit quick on him. And that one is just going through to long on, being picked up on mid on, and just a single run. Some cloud cover rolling in, bringing a bit of cool. And that's going to be a 6. That's a beautiful big 6 by Tinus Venter. He was waiting for that. Well done, Tinus. Tinus and Sean now going to pick up with the boundaries. I love this wicket. Sean Hickley only having 3 more, standing on 43, so he's got only 7 more runs before he has to retire. And Tinus Venter is ready to put up his 50. His 50 for the day is underway. It's Louis Kuhn bowling. Anything wide will be punished. As once again, it looks like they've got this rhythm of hitting a big boundary and just going for a single. Hitting a big boundary, going for a single. 1 or 2 and then big boundaries. So they are tempered with their efforts to go for a big score. And that's another big one. He's going within the air and he's scored. Well done. And that is Sean Hickey not making his 50 today. Good, and Devil Tradesman coming to the pitch. Devil Tradesman obviously also a MC at the Old Track. But Devil Tradesman has got 25 matches under his belt with a batting average of 20.76, so he can hold his own. Very well done CPI Masters, but more so for the Mega-Meisters. Just a pity Sean had to go back without a 50 today, but not every day is Christmas. Edwin could see a bowling, and that ball just went under the hand of Edwin, racing back to the boundary, but he's not going to make it. And it's Devil Tradesman on strike. And he's off the mark. That ball races to the boundary. That is opening his campaign with a 4. Devil Tradesman already warming up to his spot quite quickly. He's got the rhythm. He doesn't need to find it. And it's another big hit. He's spinning it straight, but it's not going to even leave the circle. But he's putting Tinus Venter back on strike. What an exciting over this from Edwin Kutsia. That one is a little bit wide. And he can be lucky that he wasn't punched for that. Keep working here. And that's another shot. It's going to... Oh, and it's not going before Kalikut Potgieter just stopped it before the boundary. Just got a hand to it and knocked it into the field. Picked it up, returned the ball, not having a teammate to help him collect the ball. And it's another ball being knocked on to long on. Oof. Edward could see having a terrible over here. But he's got the wicket. So maybe that over from Edwin Kutsie wasn't as terrible after all, since he's picked up a wicket. Now it's Jock Jacobs coming to the bowling from the university end. Tinus Venter on strike. And these guys, both of them have, it sounds like a cliche, but they've got the eye of the tiger, both of them. And that was Tinus Venter just knocking over, going for 2 runs. Are they going to make it? It's going to be close. No, it's not. It's going to be safe by miles. And we can also almost feel that the next delivery is only going to be slightly wide, slightly off the mark. We're going to see a boundary coming. Tinus Venter, as we can see, and that one rises to Pali Potgieter. Just a single run from that delivery. Mega-Meisters standing on 130 runs for the loss of only 2 wickets. We already saw... Oh, and that one is a bit wide. Even Arthur couldn't get to it. Job Jacobs. Another white called by Moapi. Jacobs. And another white called by Moapi, and do not exactly know if that is a strategy from Arthur, knowing that especially Tinus Venter, when he hits a ball, that could quite possibly be a 6. Could have gone for a double, but Devil Tradesman putting Tinus Venter on strike. Let's see if another white will be coming through. If another white comes through, that will be a definite strategy to keep the boundaries from rolling in. And it's Devil Tradesman on strike. Anyone could see a bowling. We are in the 17th over. Anyone could see it. And Devil Tradesman, are they going for a double? No, they're not going to go to double. They want to have Tinus Venter on strike, giving him an opportunity to go for his 50. And that ball is up in the air, but it's falling in no man's land. They're going to run 2 runs from this. Tinus Venter back on strike, and he quite quickly sent up his score to 35 runs from 19 balls. Oh, and that was a big effort once again by Tinus Venter, but didn't pan out as he planned. Arthur is turning the bails. Oh, and that's another big shot by Tinus. It's going to be a, looks like a 6. Yes, it is a 6. Confirmed by Moapi. Exactly as we thought, which would have happened. Tinus Venter knocking up his score to 41 runs from 21 balls with a 50 in his sights. Devil Tradesman on 9 runs from 5 balls. Another try by Tinus Venter, but will he be caught this time? He's in it, he scored. Oh, what a pity. Sorry, Tinus. Not another 50 for you today. So close, but yet so far. Maybe a little bit too eager for that one to go for a 6, but there's only 2 more overs left, so I have to give the other people a chance. Well, they have to, but they were doing quite well on their own. But playing LMS cricket in the final round, they want to give their teammates a chance for glory as well. Allowing every player to do his best. En die Piet later gaan, coming back to Piet later gaan, Gideon Pieter van Zyl, Gideon coming back to ball. Devil Tradesman on strike, together with Ruan Langeveld. Gideon approaching. Oh, and that is a big hit by Bloemfontein, also going for 6. Well done. Bloemfontein now taking the lead in the top scorer on the pitch, taking over management of the point machine, or the run machine. Those runs are now in production. Oh, and that was it's going to be caught. Now he's dropping in no man's land. Bloemfontein can be very happy that he wasn't caught from that ball. And now Ruan Langeveld getting ready for his first ball. And we see that the projected score has jumped up to 170 runs. I think it will be even higher than that. And that's another big hit by Ruan Langeveld. Trying, but it's not going to be a boundary. Picked up by Kali Potgieter and sent back to Gideon. Gideon approaching. Another big effort by Ruan Langeveld, but it's not going to make it. It's just not even leaving the circle, but it's enough to put Bloemfontein on strike. Gideon approaching. Was he out of his crease? After putting in his application for the batsman being out of his crease, looks like it wasn't. Failed attempt, but attempt nonetheless. And it's Ruan Langeveld on strike. Already has 3 runs from 2 balls, and he's tendering for a boundary. He just wasn't able to connect the ball as he would have wanted up to now. Ruan Langeveld also being an experienced player with 78 matches under his belt, one of the seniors. Oh, and that was nearly found the edge over there by Darryl Goosen. Now in the last over, and we see that the projected score has slightly dropped to 164 from 170. Oh, another effort by Ruan Langeveld, but he just didn't connect the ball. A lot of wickets in hand, so they can go for anything, but only 4 more or 2 more deliveries in this innings. Knudsen. Another big attempt by Ruan Langeveld, but no. Now the batsmen are taking chances to get singles. Maybe just playing around, not that they really need it. Maybe a little bit of frustration, not being able to hit the ball. And it's Ruan Langeveld. Missed that ball. And is he going to be? And he is being stumped, and we are losing Ruan Langeveld on the last ball of the innings. Well done, Ruan Langeveld. run out trying to get the most out of the last ball just didn't pay off. Just going to take a short break and then we'll be back as soon as the match commences. And we're back. CPI Masters have a massive challenge in front of them, and the only people that really got the same category or the same pedigree as Sean Hinckley, Stefan Coetzee and Tinus Venter on the Mega-Meisters side is Edwin Coetzee. Edwin Coetzee and Jock Jacobs. They are the, oh yeah, and do not forget about Harold Knudsen, who's got an average batting average of 52. He's only played 5 matches for LMS cricket, but he's put on a massive amount of runs in this LMS cricket season. Now at the pitch, we can see it's Piet Latergang and Jock Jacobs. Piet Latergang, he's got a batting average of 21. Has he lost his wicket? There's a massive appeal over here. Seems like it isn't. But loads of experience on the CPI Masters team side. There's 895 matches between all of them, but it's nothing in compared to the Mega-Meisters with 1019 matches. You see Sean Hinckley opening the bowling. And Piet Latergang. And a little bit of a misfield on the outfield. Field is standing on deep square leg. Just allowing another run to get through. And Piet Latergang just struggling to get hold of that ball. Obviously kind of under pressure to score more runs. They require 158 runs from 97 balls, so that is a big ask from them, especially from Piet Latergang. But maybe he's feeling good and his heart of the field is up to the challenge. Are they going to run for a double? No, they're not. Piet Latergang is going to make sure that Jock Jacobs is on strike, being the better batsman on paper. But let's see what he can do against Sean Hinckley's bowling. Sean Hinckley approaching. And just picking it up slightly. He's going to go for a double run. No, it's not. Maybe the two players are just trying to find their rhythm early on. Just making sure each one of them knock on the ball, just keeping it away from their wickets. And as soon as they found the rhythm, they will be hitting the ball all over. Well, actually, they will need to. And that was a first over gone. Only 4 runs from that over. Obviously, 3 of them going to Piet Latergang and 1 to Jock Jacobs. And Dries Maria bowling, but Sean Hinckley is giving him some advice. And how he should approach this over. Maybe if you could have seen there what he tried to explain. Shielding his intentions from the batsman. Maria. Just a single run from that delivery. Maybe Sean Hinckley's advice is helping Dries Maria's bowling just to keep the batsman struggling to score score some runs. And then he picks up, it's in the air, but it's going to fall in no man's land. Being picked up in the mid-on and returned to Dries. Dries Maria approaching. Oh, he just nicked that ball. He's running to third man. It's not going to make it to the boundary. And it's Jacobs on strike. Only 8 runs for the CPI Masters in this inning so far. Oh, and that's a full toss. It's in the air. Falling in no man's land. It's not going to make the boundary. And the ball is being returned to Dries. Moapi calls for a no ball. Target is 160. Dries Maria. And that ball is up in the air. It's hanging. But it's going to fall in no man's land and it's not going to be caught. Allowing the batsman to live another day. He's doing exactly what Sean had told him to do, keeping the runs to a limit, or is limiting the runs. Not bowling any loose balls, and we see Sean Hickley approaching again for his second over. Just one no ball from that over from Dries Maria. And we can see that the fields are very attentive here. And nothing coming from that delivery. Sean Hickley being the most experienced player on this side. Showing his team his skills of just keeping that ball on the batsman's toes so that they can do nothing with it. And we can see the spectators on the side of the field, they are enjoying a bit of cricket. The kids are playing soccer for a change. Ooh, and that ball is going to be wide, confirmed by Moapi. And the music is pumping at the clubhouse. Fires were lit, meat was grilled. So these fielders are well fed already, and maybe they are trying to keep themselves awake in this heat, obviously not going for a massive lunch. But you can be sure after this, they will be lighting fires of their own. Sean Hickley approaching. And that's a full toss and he's being punished with a 4. And Jock Jacobs getting his first boundary. Well done, Jacobs. Going in search of the ball for the moment. And the CPI Masters standing on 20 runs for the loss of no wickets in the second or in the third over. They will need a lot more of those where that one came from. And that is not going to do it. That is just going back to deep point. We're being picked up at point. Picking job just seems to struggle to get off the mark. Not getting up to the required run rate, and they're going to pay dearly for it later on. Not only them, the rest of the team. If you look at the current log, CPI Masters are on top of the log, but they are ahead with 5 points. So that could be ahead of the Mega-Meisters. Mega-Meisters got 72 points. CPI Masters on 77 points. So there's a 5 points difference. And it seems like no matter what happens here today, the Mega-Meisters won't be able to beat more than, I think, 4 points. So the CPI Masters will finish ahead of the Mega-Meisters in any case. So maybe the motivation is only to come out and enjoy the match. But actually the way these guys enjoy matches is by swinging the bat, and maybe that we will be seeing that a little bit later. Hopefully not too late. Another big hit, he's up in there, he's hanging around, but he's falling in no man's land, and it's going to be only measly runs for Piet Lategang. Rather measly runs than losing your wicket. But the ball is definitely getting some aim. And that is what the spectators came here to see. Maybe Dries Maria is getting a little bit punished out there now, but he's not taking wickets, but there's not boundaries coming from his overs either. Jacobs is ready. Just knocking the ball over will be picked up at extra cover. CPI Masters now standing only on 24 runs. Oof, that could have stung a little. Luckily he probably had his ball box on. So necessary to drink some water. Keeping up the concentration. Keeping those heads clear. Don't allow dehydration to set in. And maybe a little bit of team tactics being spoken over there, or being discussed. And it's Sean Eckley bowling to Jacobs. And he's just being helped along to fine leg. Between fine leg and backward square leg. Lategang on strike. 6 runs from 8 balls. That is not the kind of statistics that I will need, but they're going to go for a second run and they're going to make it easily. That's a bit of a misfield helping them out there. But the vibes next to the field is quite unusually exciting. The spectators are on the edges of their seats, jumping up and down, but they look like they are anticipating something big coming up now, soon. It's Sean Hickley bowling, and it is the CPI Masters standing on 29 runs. They are required to score 131 runs from 77 balls. And it's going to be very difficult if they keep going on like this. Picked up on mid-on. Oh, and that's another big hit. It's not going to carry far. It's going to be picked up on mid-on. That is where the ball stopped. No chance of running to the boundary. He's working that ball. So it was Sean. Reapproaching. Oh, it's a massive effort, but the ball went right straight through and is going to run through for a boundary. That was a fall without any effort, just a ball going straight through Jacobs and the wicketkeeper. Maria. Oh, that was a massive effort, but just didn't make connection with the ball. Seems like there was a bit of bounce on that ball. Coming through a little bit higher than Jacobs would have expected. Let's see what's happening with this one. That's one keeping low, and no runs coming from that delivery. Now the Mega-Meisters are looking good. Some smiles coming on the fielders' faces. Probably also know that. Oh, is they out? That ball rolled to the stumps. That's a pity for Jacobs. Ball just playing down to his stumps. Maybe just a good thing that he is being replaced by somebody else. He just didn't get his stride today. Maybe giving somebody else a chance. Going out 11 runs from 11 balls. That is not what the doctor ordered. If they want to have a chance of meeting the Mega-Meisters or just at least try to challenge their score, which is 160. A quarter of the game already gone, and they're not a quarter through to the runs what they needed. They're a bit behind, they need to pick it up a lot. But there is still some time, and let's see what Arthur has planned for next. It's Gideon Pieter van Zyl coming in. Now, Gideon, if you look at his stats, he's got 142 runs or matches under his belt, so he's the third most experienced player. Pieter Lategan was the second most experienced player, and they just lost that wicket. Gideon Pieter van Zyl, we saw that he bowled pretty well, and he's got 142 matches under his belt with a batting average of 20.58. Darryl Knudsen still has to come in. Maybe he will be able to round off whatever they need from that, together with Edouard Coetzee. So after not sending in his strongest batsman first, maybe indication of that they want to make sure that all the players getting a chance to bat here today. There's always a possibility that when you send in your strongest players, like we've seen with the Mega-Meisters, where they sent in Sean Hickley and Jaco Venter, they nearly made their 50, but they were standing there the majority of the innings. Dries Maria approaching. Just making sure that these fielders are in the way of the ball when the ball is being batted through. But then Gideon just sends the ball in another direction, and he's off the mark. Inside joke on the field, you're not exactly sure. Oh, that's a big shot, he's high up in there, he's hanging around, and it falls in no man's land. Piet Lategan can be very lucky. Not Piet Lategan, Gideon Pieter van Zyl. He can be very lucky that that ball wasn't caught. But at least he's not scared to give the ball some air, and obviously he's trying to go for those big shots. Now both batsmen equaling the amount of balls and the runs that they've received up to now. Hopefully they'll surpass that percentage. Sean Hickley bowling now. And a CPI Master standing on 39 runs for the loss of the 1 wicket. Hickley approaching. Oh, that's a big shot, that is going to be... It's racing to the boundary, and it's not going to be stopped. And that was Devil Treisman doing his very best to stop that ball. It just wasn't there in time, and it's a 4. Sean Hickley working on that ball once again. And at this time it was Dries Maria working on that ball for Sean Hickley. That ball was a big shot. What happened? He keep making trouble for the batsman. Wicketkeeper just returning the balls to the stumps. And we can see it is Piet later on strike. Now he's moved past the amount of balls that he's received and scored 16 runs from 14 balls. Hopefully he'll be able to double that soon. All he will need is a few boundaries. It is not the lack of trying, it's just need to connect the ball better. You can see that it's everyone could see waiting for one of these wickets to fall before he comes in, and maybe a sign from Arthur that they're going to mean some business in a few hours from now. And that was Tradesman bowling and not Sean Eakley. That's what the overlay is indicating. Maybe some delay over there. Another inside joke going on the field between the Mega-Meisters. Maybe just trying to distract the CPI Masters, but that was so wide. Open wapi. And that's going to be called a wide as well. Wapi just maybe taking his time. That should be a wide. Seems like he decided that it isn't. Maybe Devil Tradesman not getting his strike as he would like to, or he's under orders to try something else. And that one's connected, but it's not going anywhere. Falling in no man's land, and the batsmen are only going to make one run from it. And you can see that the wind has picked up considerably. If you look at the trees next to the field, might be an indication of rain coming in. You will trace one approach, and that ball right through, is it a... There was an appeal, but nothing coming from it. Wapi says no. Play on. For LBW, but it was denied. And we now see that Devil Tradesman is getting bowling a lot better. And that ball was stopped next to the boundary. It's not going to be a fall. But a little bit more excitement coming from Piet Laterman. See there's some discussion between the bowlers once again. Devil Tradesman nearly taking 2 wickets, or there was 2 opportunities for wickets to be fallen. It just didn't pan out. But obviously he would have rattled the cages of the CPI Masters. Now coming to bowl is Quinton Ferreira.
Met die achterop daar in die hoor. Nee, wow, nee, dat is reg. Met die agter Jackson.
And Sean Hickley.
Agter Jackson.
Sean Hickley just setting up the field for Ferreira. Oh, and that ball was hit hard. It's going straight to long on. Hickley picking it up, sending it back to Ferreira. Only one run coming from that delivery.
I know my rules, don't worry. Tell a batsman I'm fine.
Another ball just being sent to deep extra cover.
Which one up?
Picked up at extra cover. Just allowing all the fielders to play along. Oh, and that one is weak. Lategan has picked up that ball from outside the crease. Maybe a bit frustrated to keep getting the ball or the game started. He's standing there for a while. He's only standing on 20 runs from 19 balls. Gideon still 7 runs from 7 balls. Looks like there's not much of a hurry to get more runs, or actually more boundaries. It just seems that there isn't that urgency. And if they're already, but then again, if the CPI Masters are already ahead of the Mega-Meisters, points wise, enough to stay ahead even if they lose this match. Maybe it's a bit of negative play not to give it your all. Actually, just a chance for your players just to enjoy the fruits of the labor during the season, just to do what they want. And maybe it's just maybe a indication that Arthur also said, listen, go out and enjoy yourselves. Do whatever you feel like. There isn't any pressure. We are in the semi-finals in any case. Regardless of what happens. And we see Devil Tradesman coming closer for another over. And the batsmen having a drink once again, keeping themselves hydrated. I feel like temperature has dropped a little, and some relief from this hot day that we've had, 33 degrees Celsius day. It's not a heat wave, that is typical Bloemfontein weather. Now in Europe they would say a 34-degree day is a heat wave and they'll think it is serious. But if you go to the Arab countries, that will be a mild day. And we're not in the desert. Best of all, it's just hot in Bloemfontein. And that's another big effort. It's going to fall in no man's land, picked up in extra cover, and not much coming from that. And Devil Tradesman is happy with himself. Masters require 106 balls from 106 runs from 54 balls. Is he going to run it? Was it out? Will Mahapi confirm? That looked very close. No, just letting the batsmen know that they are under pressure to get into their crease on time. Having a bit of fun with them, psychologically obviously. Tradesman. Another big hit is not going to reach the boundary. Hickley is going to stop it, picking up at extra cover. And Resma here working that ball for Tradesman. Maybe having plans with that ball in the, you'll see a lot faster bowling in the second half after they change, and Moabi calls that a wide. Tradesman approaching. Big hit, it's high up in there. Is it going to be caught? He's caught. Bye-bye, Piet Laterkamp. That ball hand in the air, and it was beautifully caught by the Masters, CPI, Mega-Meisters. That was bound to happen. Everyone could see us stepping up, being the next bit of hope for the Masters. Approaching the pitch now. Team spirit we heard there from the Meisters. You can see that they are enjoying this match, entertaining each other. Maybe also not worrying too much about the score. This atmosphere of just enjoying themselves, you know. And that's another big effort from Edwin Kutsia. That did that very hard, but he didn't hit it very well. So the ball didn't go very quick to the boundary. Sounded like the ball was a bit high up on the bat. And once again, Dresma here using a switch from his hand, switch from his head to work that ball. And they are changing. Now, Devil Tradesman will be Quinton Ferreira bowling. He will be bowling from the varsity end. Towards Edwin Kutsia. Edwin Kutsia is off the mark. He's got 1 run from 1 ball. Gideon Petersen van Zyl, 10 runs from 11 balls. It's not looking good for the CPI Masters. If they wanted to have any chance of maybe challenging the Meisters, they should have been in the region of 80. But they're holding up onto the wickets nicely. So maybe there's some excitement coming from the 15th over. Quinton approaching. Oof. That ball just left alone by Edwin. thinking about hitting the ball maybe to deep point, but then just deciding against it. Ferreira. And that was Nick, and it is out. Anyone. And that's a big wicket for the Masters. Losing an important wicket. And the Mega-Meisters. Well done, guys. Everything going their way today. That was an important wicket to lose, and the Mega-Meisters are extremely excited about that one. Looks like everything is going wrong for the Masters at the moment. Not able to get the runs that they want to. Losing their strong players, the big hitters, or their high scorers. And now CPI Masters are in trouble with 57 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in the 10th over. Bit of Ferreira magic coming again. Just being played to backward point. You can see more fielders coming in to the circle. Maybe trying to force the Masters to go for the boundaries. Ferreira. Oh, that's high up in there. It's hanging. There's a man under it. It's going to be caught. Oh, and it is dropped. And Gideon is lucky once again. A drop catch for the second time. Gideon can go and play the lotto. Luck is on his side. Louis Kuhn at the stumps. Ferreira returning the ball just running, and Kuhn just returning it to Ferreira. And once again the ball is being tossed to Dries Maria so that he can work on that ball some more. It's only an indication that I'm going to send in a little bit faster bowlers soon. Maybe also from the 15th over. And I'm going to send in faster bowlers and get some more wickets. Or allowing the players to go for those big hits and lose their wickets. Stefan Kutsia. Stefan Kutsia making trouble. But he's being punished with a boundary, and that is a foul for Gideon. Something he desperately wanted. Looking in for that shot the whole day. Just wasn't able to connect the ball. Sending up the ball twice already, high up into the air, into orbit. Was dropped by the fielders. Extremely lucky. Here. And that ball is going straight, and this one time is going to be dropped again. Gideon, you lucky duck. Gideon's was dropped again. There's your next lotto winner. How long will his luck last? That was the 12th over. CPI Masters standing on 63 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. They need 97 runs from 40 balls. Remaining in this innings, only 8 more overs. Obviously 5 balls per over in LMS cricket. Adds up to a total of 40. And it's Stefan Kutsia. No, it's not Stefan Kutsia. It's maybe a delay in the app once again. Because now at the stumps is Louis Kuhn. Yeah, there you go. Quentin Ferreira bowling. Not Stefan Kutsia. Ferreira. Oof. He's going for those wider balls, applying to nick the ball into the hands of the wicket keeper. If he carries on like this. But does it matter? I don't think, not really. Ferreira. Keeps swinging at that ball. It's a sure way of making sure that you will lose your wicket. But then again, maybe Ferreira must try bowling to the stumps. Easy way to take a wicket. Once again, same delivery, copy and paste of the 2 previous deliveries. Keep doing that. It's not illegal, it's in the rule book. It's allowed to do that. And as long as Louis Kuhn cannot hit that ball, they are losing a chance to contend for this match. But it's slipping away very, very quickly. Requiring 93 runs from 35 balls is not going to be an easy task. It's going to mean there's going to be more than 4s needed. 4s and 6s. They desperately need boundaries now. Stefan Kutsia. Now it's Gideon struggling further at the stumps. Exactly, copy and paste. Keep doing that. You can't hit the ball. You're missing all the opportunities to get runs. Maybe you have to do something different from that. And then once in a time, no, that's not going to be a boundary. Once in a while you might be able to connect with the ball, but Devil Tradesman is on that end of the boundary. It's going to stop it in any case. And that's another big square leg. It's being caught. Oh no, that's a 6. No, it's a 4. Wapi says it's a full. It was in the hands of the fielder before the line, before the boundary, and he stepped back over the boundary and dropped the ball. Another effort for Gideon, racing straight to Devil Tradesman, and the ball is being returned to Stefan Kutsia. Now we are in the 14th over, and CPI Masters standing on 75 runs for the loss of 3 wickets, needing 85 runs from 30 balls. That is 6 overs, and it doesn't look good for the Masters. Pereira. I was able to hit that ball, but it's racing to the boundary. When it picks up, it's not going to make it. It didn't make it to the boundary, not quite, almost. And they were able to run 3 runs from that delivery. Maybe not a total 4, but they won't be able to keep it up to keep running 3 runs. Gideon not able to get the ball away once again. Going to make it? Yes, he'll be making time in the crease just for a single run. And it's Louis Kuhn on strike. Pereira bowling. Pereira approaching. And Louis Kuhn misses. It's not a wide. It's a copy and paste delivery of so many we've seen earlier. Gideon and Kuhn just struggling to connect with that ball, swinging and missing multiple times. Maybe just the frustration mounting these 2 batsmen. Well thrown in by, I'm not exactly sure who that looks like. Stefan Kutsia. And the music next to the field is getting slower as well. Sounds like the people are getting a bit more sentimental. Maybe just a sign that they are relaxing nicely now and just enjoying the day. Not expecting too much excitement, and we see that the people next to the field, they aren't even sitting up straight anymore. They just enjoying the sun, or wherever they are. Some of them are in the shade. Batsmen having a chat, maybe planning something here from the 15th over, but is it too late? We think so, but maybe they can change. They can show us differently. Good see. And that ball is high up in there. Is he going to be caught on the boundary? No, that will be a 6. Gideon Petersen van Stel finally finding his rhythm, hitting that ball for a 6. Something he's been trying to do the whole day. He faced 23 balls and only now on 30 runs. Hopefully that will be a change in pace in the Masters onslaught to try and get a challenging score That put them into contention for the Meisters target total of 160. Good here. Just nicking the ball over the cover, running 2 runs from it. Misfield ensuring that they're making it safely to their areas or the creases. Not too much to worry about. It's here. Just unable to get that ball. Rolling to cover. Once again. Now we see Kali Potgieter bringing some water to the batsman. I might have needed it earlier today. Although the temperature has dropped a little, and much needed water is very important now. But it might also be a chance to discuss strategy. Let's see some of the Dries Maria stretching. Feeling as if he's getting a little bit stiff now, so late during the day. Pace of the match slowing down considerably now. And this is Ruan Langeveld bowling. A spin bowler. And this is all tactics to try and limit the runs from the batsman. Remember, the faster you bowl, the easier it is to get boundaries for batsmen. But Gideon is now getting another 4, adding it to his 6th, and Gideon is finally showing some promise with these runs. It's now standing on 38 runs from 30 balls. Maybe not exactly going according to what he dreamed this morning. But they are going to the finals. Ball was missed, and that missed field caused 1 run. Looks like now, my mistake, 2 runs. Gideon on strike again. He's standing on 40 runs, so he might have some aspirations to getting a 50 today. Which means he might get less reckless with his shots now. But as we've seen, luck is on his side. So if all else fails, we hope Gideon gets a 50 today. Kuhn just not able, playing a beautiful shot actually, to backward point. Maybe not delivering it as smoothly as he would have wanted it, but the intention was there. And another chance for Langeveld to screw with Gideon van Zyls head. And that was the over for Langeveld. It's the 17th over, and the CPI Masters are standing on 99 runs for the last of only 3 wickets, but they still has to score 61 runs from 15 balls. That is 3 overs. It's not possible. It's not going to happen today for Arthur Creer. Not for the CPI Masters. They're not going to win this match. consolation, they've won a match earlier today, this morning, at the 8 o'clock match. They've won that one. Ooh, and that ball just got away from Kuhn, and it is not going to go to the boundary, not all the way. And it's Dewald Tradesman picking up the pace. This is exactly what that ball was being prepared for during the day by Dries Maria and Sean Hickley. This is what they were preparing for. They're not picking up the wickets, and the runs aren't coming through either. Just the singles and the doubles. Playing in the hands of Sean Hickley, knowing that his team will definitely win this match. And we see Louis Kuhn tripling around, trying to hit that ball, but also protecting his stumps. But this time, Mohapi shows that that was a wide from Dewald Tradesman. Oh, and that was on his shins, but he wasn't in front of his wicket, so there's no chance of an LBW. The peel was there, but definitely Mohapi said no. Dewald Tradesman approaching. And that ball connected, and he's going to the boundary. Will it make it? It's going, it's going, it's going. It's not making it. It will be returned. And another delivery wasted to get a boundary. And that ball nearly touched the stumps of Kuhn. He felt a breeze over those bails over there, just skimming the hairs of the bails. And now it's a chance for Roan Langeveld to bowl from the varsity end to Gideon van Pieter van Zyl. It's a second last over. They need to score 56 runs from 10 balls. Just going for the singles and the doubles like they've been doing the entire day. It's not going to help. It's too late to do anything about this. The battery's getting flat. We'll deal with that with the last 2 overs. We'll see how far we can go until it switches off. If it does, we'll just switch to the phone's video camera. And the CPI Masters finally heading solidly into the triple figures. 108 runs for loss of 3 wickets. No 50s from their side. Gideon Pieter van Zyl hopefully will be getting his 50. He's got 3 more runs to do it. He's not on strike. Louis Kuhn is on strike. But the balls are running out. Only one over. Kuhn going for the second one. Is he going to make it? And it's straight span ending of the game in the last over. Maybe we can use this chance to move the camera around to see what's happening. Another brilliant effort by Devil Tradesman. Now the CPI Masters standing 116 runs for a loss of 3 wickets. Only 3 more balls remaining in this over, in this match. And we say well done to Gideon, who scored his 50. If all else failed, he made his 50. He did his part today, but now Kali Potgieter has to take over from him, and Louis Kuhn now on strike. Going for those wide deliveries, unable to connect. Only 3 more balls remaining. Tradesman. And 2 balls remaining. Kuhn still on strike. Seems like Kali Potgieter is not going to get a chance to play today. Kuhn on strike. Last ball of the match. Will he be able to redeem himself and make it a 6, a home run? Scoring 12 runs from this one ball. Nope. And that's it. And the Mega-Meisters have won this match. Well done by all the players. I'm your commentator for this match, Jurgen Smith, and this was the CPI Masters against the Mega-Meisters. A well-deserved win for the Mega-Meisters. And see you again next week, where we will be broadcasting from the semi-finals. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and stay safe.